Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that I've learned in my life. The greatest gift you can ever give yourself is the ability to believe in you. Belief is powerful. It can turn a nobody into somebody. It can transform your struggles into stepping stones, and it can take you places where talent alone would never carry you. See, people will doubt you, circumstances will challenge you, and life will push you down. But if you've got that unshakable belief in who you are and what God put inside you, there's nothing that can stop you from rising. Believing in yourself is the foundation of every success. Without it, nothing begins. When a person learns to hold faith in their own abilities, they tap into a source of power that no obstacle can completely take away. Life will always present challenges, sometimes in the form of failure, sometimes in rejection, and sometimes in delays that make dreams feel like they are never going to arrive. Yet in those moments, what keeps someone moving is not external applause or recognition. It is the quiet conviction inside that whispers, I can do this. Without that conviction, most people give up before they even start. Every invention, every business, every performance, every achievement in history began with one person who believed even when no one else saw the vision. That inner belief is the seed, and without planting it, nothing grows. When a person believes in themselves, they unlock courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. And belief makes that decision possible. A dream might look too big. A path might look too uncertain, but belief gives someone the courage to take the first step anyway. Think about the moments when you were faced with something new or intimidating. If you believed you had a chance, you tried. If you doubted, you stood still. That small difference decides who moves forward in life and who remains where they are. Belief is the foundation because it sets everything else in motion. Talent, skills, and resources are important, but without belief, they stay unused. Believing in yourself also changes how you respond to failure. When someone lacks belief, failure feels final, like a stamp of who they are. But when someone has belief, failure becomes a lesson, a piece of the puzzle, not the whole picture. They say, this didn't work out, but I still have what it takes, and they keep going. Their persistence is how success is built. No one reaches their goals without falling along the way, but it is belief that makes you stand back up and try again. It shapes resilience, and resilience is what creates champions. Another important part of belief is that it attracts opportunities. People are drawn to confidence. When you walk with belief, others feel it. They trust you. They want to invest in you. They want to support you. Doors begin to open because your belief creates an energy that cannot be ignored. Without that foundation, even the most talented person might be overlooked because if they do not believe in themselves, why should anyone else believe in them? Belief builds presence, and presence invites possibility. Belief in yourself is also what allows you to dream beyond your circumstances. Sometimes life conditions you to think small because of where you were born, the struggles you face, or the limitations people put on you. But belief says, I am not defined by where I started. I'm defined by where I'm willing to go. That shift is what allows people to break cycles, to create new paths, and to prove that greatness is not limited to the privileged few. It belongs to anyone willing to believe deeply enough to pursue it. Confidence is not arrogance. It's trusting the gift God placed within you. Many people confuse the two and hold themselves back because they fear being judged as prideful. But confidence has nothing to do with putting yourself above others. Confidence is the calm assurance that what you have been given is valuable, that your voice matters, and that your presence carries meaning. Arrogance seeks to overshadow others, while confidence allows you to shine without dimming the light of anyone else. To be confident is to recognize that you are carrying something inside that deserves to be shared with the world. And when you trust that gift, you begin to live with strength and purpose. When you trust in what God has placed within you, you no longer spend energy comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of confidence because it convinces you that what someone else has is better than your own. But true confidence reminds you that you are uniquely equipped, that nobody else has your exact combination of experiences, talents, and perspective. When you believe that your gift is enough, you free yourself from the endless race of trying to measure up to others. You walk in your own lane with peace, and that peace allows you to focus on growth instead of insecurity. Confidence also changes how you take risks. Without it, fear will always dominate your decisions. You will stay silent when you should speak. You will hold back when you should move forward. And you will hesitate when opportunities are in front of you. But with confidence, you find the courage to step up even if you feel nervous. Confidence does not mean you will never doubt. It means you trust that what is in you is strong enough to handle the unknown. That trust becomes the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Confidence impacts the way you carry yourself. The world responds to energy, and when you carry yourself with belief in your own gift, people sense it. They see it in the way you speak, in the way you move, and in the way you refuse to shrink in the presence of challenges. This doesn't mean being loud or forceful. It means showing up with authenticity, knowing you do not have to pretend to be anyone else. Confidence is quiet strength, a steady presence that inspires trust in others. And often that is what opens doors more than qualifications or credentials ever could. Trusting the gift within you also means honoring it by developing it. Confidence is not just saying, I believe. It is showing up every day to improve, to learn, and to grow because you know what you have matters. Arrogance assumes it already knows enough, but confidence stays humble while still standing tall. This combination of humility and strength is what makes confidence powerful. It allows you to respect others without doubting yourself, to acknowledge your weaknesses without being defined by them, and to keep moving forward with a sense of direction. Every setback is a setup for a comeback when you choose to believe. Life does not unfold in a straight line, and no matter how carefully you plan, challenges will come that shake your confidence and test your patience. It is easy to think setbacks mean the dream is over, that failure is permanent, or that maybe you are not good enough. But the truth is, every person who has achieved something meaningful has faced obstacles that look like the end of the road. The difference is they understood that what felt like a defeat was often preparation, redirection, or a lesson that will eventually position them for greater opportunities. Setbacks are not signals to quit. They are shaping tools that build resilience and character. When you choose to believe in the middle of a setback, you give yourself the power to keep moving forward instead of being paralyzed by disappointment. Belief changes your perspective. Instead of seeing the setback as evidence of your weakness, you begin to see it as proof of your strength because you are still standing, still trying, still refusing to quit. That mindset is what transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Every no can push you closer to the right yes. Every failure can sharpen your skills and teach you something new about yourself. Every closed door can force you to look for one you would not have noticed otherwise. Belief during setbacks also fuels perseverance. Without belief, the weight of rejection or failure will drain your motivation, and you will stop before reaching the finish line. But when you carry belief, you are able to see beyond the temporary pain of the moment and hold on to the vision of what you are working toward. This is why so many success stories are filled with moments where everything seemed lost, yet the person refused to give up. They believed something greater was on the other side, and that belief kept them moving even when progress felt invisible. Another way setbacks become setups is through timing. Sometimes you are not denied, you are simply delayed. Life may not give you what you want immediately because you are being prepared to handle it at a higher level later. A setback can give you the time to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable so that when the opportunity arrives again, you are ready not just to step into it, but to thrive in it. Belief allows you to trust that timing, to understand that what looks like a loss may actually be protection or preparation for something better than you imagine. Setbacks also humble you in ways success never can. They remind you that growth requires patience, effort, and persistence. They strip away arrogance and replace it with gratitude for every step forward. Belief allows you to take those humbling moments without letting them break you. Instead, you gather the lessons and rise with even greater determination. This is the essence of the comeback, returning stronger, wiser, and more determined than before because you understood that the setback was not the end. It was only part of the process. Belief fuels persistence. It keeps you moving after failure. Life has a way of testing how badly you want something by placing obstacles in front of you that make quitting seem easier than continuing. The dream feels far away, the journey feels longer than expected, and the disappointments begin to pile up until you wonder if it is even worth it. This is the moment where belief becomes the deciding factor. Without belief, a person looks at failure as proof that they are not capable. But with belief, they see failure as part of the journey, a temporary pause rather than a permanent stop. Belief whispers that it is not over yet, that there is still more ahead, that every stumble is only building the strength to rise higher. Persistence is not about never falling. It is about refusing to stay down. Every person who has accomplished something meaningful has a story filled with failures, rejections, and setbacks that could have broken them. The difference was they carried belief deep enough to stand back up. Belief is what makes you rewrite the story after every setback. Remind yourself that defeat is not destiny. When you hold on to a belief, you no longer measure yourself by the failures behind you, but by the possibility in front of you. That possibility gives you the energy to push again, to try again, to knock on another door when one has been slammed shut. Belief also strengthens patience. Persistence requires the ability to keep moving even when results are not immediate. Most people give up not because they are incapable, but because they lose faith in the process. They expect quick victories, and when those victories do not come, they assume they are wasting their time. Belief prevents that by keeping the vision alive in your heart. Even when the evidence does not yet show progress, belief tells you to keep sowing seeds, keep showing up, and keep giving your best, because the harvest will come in time. It is this patience powered by belief that separates those who succeed from those who stop halfway. Another way belief fuels persistence is through resilience. Failure can be discouraging, but resilience transforms discouragement into fuel. When you believe in yourself and in the purpose behind your journey, the failures become less about what you lost and more about what you gained in wisdom, experience, and toughness. Every failed attempt adds a layer of strength, and belief reminds you that this strength is making you unstoppable. Resilience is not built in comfort. It is built when you face challenges and keep going anyway. Belief ensures that every struggle has meaning, and that meaning gives you the courage to keep pressing forward. Belief also changes how you view effort. When you do not believe, effort feels wasted because you are convinced it will not matter. But when you believe, every ounce of effort feels like an investment. You understand that every small step, no matter how invisible it may seem, is moving you closer to where you want to be. Belief transforms effort into momentum. Even when you cannot see the full picture, you trust that progress is being made beneath the surface, and that trust motivates you to continue giving your all. Persistence is also fueled by hope, and belief is the root of that hope. Belief allows you to hold a vision in your mind that is stronger than your current reality. It lets you see a version of yourself that is already overcome, already achieved, already stepped into greatness. That picture gives you the strength to wake up each day and move forward with determination. Without belief, hope dies quickly. And when hope dies, persistence disappears. But when belief is alive, hope is unshakable, and persistence becomes a natural response to every challenge. Self-belief opens doors that talent alone cannot. Talent is a gift. It is a natural advantage. But talent without confidence often remains hidden, overlooked, or unused. The world is full of people with extraordinary abilities who never stepped into their potential because they doubted themselves. On the other hand, there are countless people who were not the most gifted or skilled, but who carried a deep belief in themselves, and that belief allowed them to take risks, seize opportunities, and walk through doors that others were too afraid to approach. Talent might prepare the way, but self-belief is what gives you the courage to walk through it. When you believe in yourself, you send a powerful message to others. People respond to the energy of confidence even before they see proof of ability. A person who walks into a room with quiet assurance is often given chances that a more talented but uncertain person may never receive. Self-belief is magnetic. It draws attention. It invites trust. And it creates opportunities because others can sense that you are ready to step up. This is why so many leaders and innovators were not always the most talented, but were the most confident in their ability to figure things out along the way. Self-belief also gives you the boldness to ask for opportunities instead of waiting for them. Talent may stay silent, hoping to be discovered, but belief speaks up, raises his hand and says, I can do this. That willingness to step forward is often the difference between remaining unseen and being chosen. The doors that open in life are often not just about what you can do but about what you believe you can do. When you carry self-belief, you stop waiting for someone to validate you and instead validate yourself. That shift allows you to position yourself for possibilities that would otherwise pass by unnoticed. Another way self-belief creates openings is by helping you overcome fear of rejection. Talent alone cannot protect you from the sting of hearing no, but belief allows you to keep moving despite it. Rejection is a natural part of growth, but if you do not believe in yourself, rejection can stop you from trying again. Self-belief gives you resilience. It tells you that a no is not the end, it is just redirection. This resilience means you keep knocking until the right door opens, and when it does, you are ready to walk through it with confidence. Self-belief also allows you to grow your talent. Many people rely on talent as if it is enough, but talent without growth becomes stagnant. Belief pushes you to develop, to practice, to improve, because you trust that your efforts will pay off. This constant growth makes you more prepared when opportunities arise. Doors often open not because you are perfect, but because you are ready and willing, and belief is what prepares you to meet those moments. Self-belief influences how you see challenges. Where others see walls, you see doors. Where others stop, you see a chance to climb higher. Belief shifts your perspective from limitation to possibility. And that perspective is what allows you to create opportunities where none seem to exist. Sometimes the most important doors are the ones you build yourself, and only belief gives you the courage to build when there's nothing in front of you. The art of believing in yourself creates peace, strength, and the courage to keep going. When you truly believe in yourself, you stop living in the exhausting cycle of constant doubt and comparison. Doubt drains energy because it makes you question every step, every decision, and every action you take. Comparison robs peace because it convinces you that you are never enough, no matter what you accomplish. But when you believe in yourself, you free your mind from that noise. You begin to walk with a calm assurance that you are where you need to be. You are capable of what lies ahead, and you do not need to measure yourself against anyone else. That calmness creates a sense of inner peace that cannot be easily shaken by outside opinions or circumstances. Believing in yourself also provides strength during difficult times. Life will test you with challenges you never expected. There will be moments when it feels like the weight of your problems is too heavy to carry, when everything in you wants to give up.